right, hello everybody, we're back. All right, so I can see you guys in chat. Let's go windowed real quick. Put this like this. And what we'll do is just real quick. Put you guys over here. Just gonna do this. Side and out. There we go. Now we can see you guys. Finally put your tits away. I see. Yes, I have to. We don't do that for visual novels. These yiddies have to stay indoors now. So yes. So that being said, we are playing the visual novel Chord Progression. Which is honestly, after seeing it, like looking at the page, I found it on one of the recommended on the furry visual novel Reddit pages. It's pretty good. They're on currently build 4, which I'm excited for. The next public release will be build 5, which will be August 10th. So, a little overview of this visual novel. This story is a slice of life visual novel exploring queer romance with musical themes. We are going to join our Foxy protagonist on his romantic journey as he navigates his fresh start in the city of Douglas. We join him during his first day of work at a local music store. Just one problem. He doesn't know anything about music. So, this also, we gotta say the Twitter user. The author's name is Bowser Puma. They have written this story, and we're going to think among the other authors. Let's go to the About page. It should show here. So, credits. The author and developer, Bowser Puma. Music and sound design, sprites, character scenes, backgrounds, logos, graphics, and script support. Here they are. So, yeah. Not all visual novels are gay furry visual novels, but all gay furry visual novels are good visual novels. Sun Tzu. Not the Sun Tzu. All right, so let's start. Hello, reader. Welcome to Chord Progressions. Thank you so much for playing Build 4 of our game. I won't keep you here for long. I just want to address 3 things. I promise I'll be brief. One of the main features of our game are immersive passages. By clicking on certain keywords, you can opt to read an alternate passage of text. Or you can ignore the keyword and continue reading as you normally would. Try clicking on the keyword to see the feature in action. Immersive passages will contain extra text that will provide more detailed descriptions of the environment, character design, or more insight about what the main character is thinking. One important thing to know is that story critical details will never be mentioned in any immersive passage. So, feel free to pick and choose which words you want to click. Okay. This novel also has partial voice acting. This means some character dialogue and expressions will be voice acted, but most will not. If you are reading out loud to an audience, it is recommended you go to the options menu and turn down the voice volume slider so you won't be interrupted. Keep your eye out for this icon, as it indicates the next line will be voice acted, which we already have done before we even started. We have turned the voiceover volume down. If you would like to review content warning, click here. So, at the beginning of every visual novel, we always do this. Content and trigger warning. This visual novel contains suggestive and pornographic scenes, alcohol consumption, smoking, and drug use, mentions of eating disorders, classism, mental illness, sexism, anti-LGBT bigotry, and sexual abuse. We will not, however, see images depicting excess blood and or gore, images depicting SA, or flashing lights. But in future builds, there will be small amounts of blood, mentions of domestic abuse, unaliving and self-harm, stalking, harassment, death and grief, pregnancy and childbirth, and ableism. So, think that is it for the trigger warning. This list may update in the future and will be indicated at the start of every game build. You can also access the list from the About tab on the main menu. So, let's continue. Bliss. There's nothing quite like the bliss of being gently awakened by virtue of getting ample sleep. No alarm required. My new bed is soft and supported. The thick blanket and soft sheets are keeping me nice and toasty warm. In this moment, I have no duty to the world. I can bask in absolute comfort. I'll savor this moment and enjoy it to the fullest while I... Fuck! So much for that. Ugh. With a smack, my paw swings down and collides aimlessly on the snooze button. My precious bliss is waning away. The alarm has sung its song and has signaled the beginning of a new day. It's a special day after all. First day of the brand new job. Another day in retail. I thought this damn business associate's degree was supposed to keep me out of jobs like this. Try as I might, there's nothing I can do to escape this line of work. Despite not being able to move up in the world, I could at least move out. A little over a week ago, I woke up in a different bed, in a different town. For the past few mornings, I'd opened my groggy eyes and expect to see my bedroom I've slept in every night for the past 25 years. But I think today is the first day I've been immediately cognizant of the fact I'm waking up in a new bedroom. I guess that means the reality of the situation is finally starting to set in. Yo, you alive in there? We gotta go. Chester's expecting us to be early. Ugh. And there's my other alarm. Shapo came with a snooze button. There are sound effects. The knock made you jump. My apologies. I'm forever grateful for the fresh start she provided for Moira and me. But damn, I sure do wish she could just be more pleasant sometimes. You hear me in there? I stuck my neck out for you, you know? I swear to God if you make me late on your first date. I'm up. I just need to use the bathroom and get dressed. I'll be ready in like 20 minutes. 15. You get 15, Fox. I struggle to understand what Moira sees in her. They've been in a relationship for a few months now. It started long distance. Now they're proper living girlfriends. It's a big step for them. I just hope Moira isn't having second thoughts, because I certainly have. What if I hate my new job? What if I can't make new friends? What if I can't get along with my new roommate? I glanced at the clock again. This is no time for mulling over life choices. Time to go. I remove my covers and sit up on the edge of the bed. All the blood is rushing from my head to the rest of my body, and it's dizzying. Apparently my head isn't the only place where all my blood was stored. Hi there, Morningwood. This Venus is going to be the death of me. I've been neglecting some much needed self-care during the move. My libido loves to find bold and creative ways of reminding me that I'm not jacking off as much as I should. I let out a yawn in the hopes of my groceries. My groceries? Oh my god. I let out a yawn in hopes my grogginess will vacate my body using my escaping breath as its vehicle. No such luck though. It's early. I'm going to need some serious caffeine to make it through the day. My need for extra bedtime be damned though. Capitalism demands the blood and sweat of another worker. As much as I would love to protest, my bank account needs paychecks. Badly. I shift up to my feet and trudge to my bedroom door. I tread a few paces down the hall and find my bathroom door at the opposite end. Yes, bathroom. All mine. I never had the privilege of having my own bathroom before. I always had to share it with my mom and dad growing up. Oh, so it does do that. I just noticed that. Okay, so it does give extra context, which is nice. Also, I keep forgetting to mention, This is an 18+ visual novel. It might not just include sexual depictions, but also heavy topics. So, that being said, viewer discretion is advised, and I apologize for not saying that early on. Give me one moment as my room is hot. Whoa. Thank you for stopping by, Sully. We'll see you for D&D afterwards, if anything. Oh. Yes, my bathroom. Oh, mine. I never had the privilege of having my own bathroom before. I've always had to share it with my mom and dad growing up. However, the tables have finally turned. This is my domain, my kingdom. I can use the throne for as long as I want. No peasant shall ever seize my special shower products ever again. Enemas, sex toys, or embarrassing creams must no longer be elaborately hidden. This is my space, and I use it how I please. I make use of the toilet. That's done. Now to brush these pearly white spears of mine, I take some extra time to ensure I get every nook and cranny in this mall. Finally, some mouthwash to top it all off. Minty fresh. Deodorant time. I have a few to choose from. Which one should I go on my first day? Oh, okay. Sandalwood and black pepper, orange and vetiver? What is that? Mint and eucalyptus. I kind of like the smell of sandalwood. That one always smells nice. We'll go for that. Sandalwood and black pepper seems to be a good one. Fresh, pleasant, not overly obnoxious. Upon returning to my room, I gander at the clock, cutting it close. I quickly strip off my pajamas and toss them in the hamper. I have placed censorship on some of the nude scenes, as Twitch does not like that whatsoever. Now, if having my own bathroom weren't good enough, this is cherry on top of my new living accommodations. My very own walk-in closet. April told me there'd be no formal dress code for work. I have free reign. However, I think I still need to find an outfit that'll give a nice first impression. Let's see. Of all the collared shirts I have, I don't seem to own many that don't have a company logo printed on the front. I tend to keep the uniforms from my previous employers. Why throw away free clothes? I find a plain maroon one that I actually did wear for a previous job. No logos on this one. I think this one came from Wayne's & Sons, that farm supply company. Those cheapskates didn't have enough money to spend on patches or embroidery. Either way, it looks nice and is definitely a keeper. Pants. Need to find my best slacks. Some of these are a little battle scarred. Wore some of these bad boys for years, day in and day out. Had to squeeze out all of the value I can and take care of them. Though, a wise man once said, you take care of your slacks, they take care of you. However, I do have a nice brand new pair. Managed to convince my supervisor from my last job to order them for me right before I quit. Now that's value. I got to keep my pants. I got to keep the pants since it has an extra large rear slit tailored for my bushy tail. No way they're going to be able to reuse these pants for a future employee. Screw you, mattress sharehouse. I get to have my pants and wear them too. Alright. Okay. Time to find the rest of my ensemble. Belt. Nice brown alligator leather. Never lets me down. Socks. Regular black socks will get the job done. Shoes. My trusty boots. Always do the trick. Now comes a tricky question. The underwear. I could go with the usual comfortable briefs. But what if I wanted to sacrifice a little comfort for a confidence boost? Segregated from my pedestrian underwear, I have my risque collection jockstraps, designer briefs, and thongs galore. Sexy or casual? You know, like a little confident boost is always good. Let's see them sexy underwear. Fuck yeah. We're going sexy today. The new black and white jockstrap I bought from Drasman will do the trick. Bought it on the whim and haven't really regretted it. It was a good deal, and it managed to be decently comfortable too. It's snug, but not too tight. I wouldn't want to wear it every day, but today is definitely one of those days. I'll have to admit though, I like how these fit me. The front pouch provides some nice lift for my goods, bringing my bulge to the center of focus. I love how this little illusion makes it appear larger than it actually is. The whole garment in and of itself is just tantalizing. Oh, current stream is still Minecraft? I thought I changed it to games. Whoa, bulge. Thanks, AU. My goodness. Where's my chat? Where's the chat box? Did it disappear? Oh, it's over here. Girl. Thanks for reminding me to change the game. It's literally the most revealing piece of clothing a man could practically wear. Just one small step from full nudity. Being that close creates a type of tension that absolutely enraptures me. Alright, can't leave my mind wander too much. Do I keep these on? Yes. Yeah, this'll do. Can't let the horny thoughts distract me too much. Need to get fully dressed. It's almost time to go. Oh, you look so dapper. There we go. Not too shabby. Look at this respectable young man on his way to his new job. I'm really grateful for the full-length mirror. It really is the first line of defense against any fashion faux pas. Maybe now this will help me pay more attention to how I present myself. This could give me a little edge I needed to try dating again. Lord knows I could use all the help I can get trying to find a man. I glanced back over at the clock. I gotta make sure the YouTube chat is up so I can see it too. Shit, 7:40. We're leaving in like 5 minutes. I still need coffee. I snatched my phone, wallet, and keys off my desk. Well, more like phone, wallet, and key. I only have the apartment's front door key on my chain. The old car key is newly absent. Giving up the car was one of the unfortunate sacrifices I had to make to afford to move. Okay, that's everything I need. Let's do this. And while we do that, we're gonna take a sip real quick. Blah. A few steps out of the short hallway, I find myself face to face with the alarm clock I can't snooze. There you are! Come on! We're going! Hold up. Let me make coffee first. No time, dude. Should have thought about that while you were dilly-dallying. No time. No time? I need this coffee. I'll be dysfunctional without it. Oh, come on, April. I can make it like in 2 seconds. No worries, sunshine. I got you. Moira gives me a large paper cup with a lid. She even put a little paw protecting sleeve on it for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't know what I'd do without you, Mo. Aw, it's my pleasure. She flashes me her signature bubbly grin. I can't help but to smile wide at her response. Are you two done being heteros yet? We need to get going. April was pointing to her wrist, tapping a watch that wasn't there. Ouch! You wound me with your cruel and nasty words. Moira made a melodramatic pearl-clutching type gesture. Well, I guess if we're cursed with heterosexuality, we could try dating again. Nuh-uh, not happening. You broke my little sophomore heart, remember? She stifles a laugh as she gazes at the floor. Her eyes look a bit lost, perhaps reminiscing about times we don't talk about much nowadays. Yeah, I know. Wasn't a good time for me either, for either of us trying to date, let alone trying dating each other. She directs her gaze towards April, who's seemingly confused. He, had a little crush on pre-transition me. We tried dating, but it didn't pan out, obviously. In moments like these that I realize it feels like a lifetime ago since Moira started her transition. Coming out as gay in our small hometown was already quite the nightmare for me, but her coming out as trans? The fact that she's still here, living, breathing, and talking to us is nothing short of a miracle. I'm so proud to call her my best friend. Moira looks at April expectantly, but April's expression was completely void of interest. Don't you have anything to say about Don't you have anything to say about this bombshell I just dropped on you? Mora let out a chuckle. No, you're my girl now. Why would I give a shit if you two bumped butts 10 years ago? Okay, listen, we did not bump any Oh my god. I literally don't give a shit, dude. We have to go now. Ugh. The hyena has a bad habit of interrupting me. God, I hate that. Yeah, fine. Ready when you are. April gives Moira a quick kiss on the lips. Cute. Love you. I'll call you on my break. Love you too, dear. Drive safe. In my never-ending quest to make my best friend laugh and smile, I feel a strong urge to act out in a silly way before I depart. Bye, Mo. I also love you. I shout to her in a jovial tone. April buries her face in both her paws and faces to the front door. Mora just giggles. I love you too, Goof. Please don't drive my girlfriend crazy. No promises. I follow after April to the door. Time to go. I did it. I chugged the whole thing in less than 10 minutes. I'm caffeinated, motivated, and ready to go. The ride's mostly quiet. While April focuses on driving, my mind's abuzz with a million thoughts. What if the job's too difficult? What if I can't get along with anybody? What if I end up not liking it? I almost considered everything, especially since I'm finding myself in an unfamiliar territory. Yeah, I worked retail for years, and I never worked at a music store. Don't get me wrong, I love music. I'm an avid enjoyer of the occasional morning shower or driver's seat karaoke experience. I'm almost certainly horrid at singing. But can a fox indulge himself in his pop star fantasies every once in a while? Aside from the awful vocals, I'm not a musician in any way. It's unclear why Chester chose me for his team, since he's going to be my new boss. I imagine I'll be spending a good amount of time with him today. Maybe I can pick his brain about it. April slows the car down and enters a turn lane, followed by a right turn. Looks like we're here. We turn off the main road into a stabilizing parking lot with a large building situated at the back. It's a lot bigger than I expected for a music shop. We pull closer and I catch a view of the vinyl graphic overlaid on a large window out front. Chronicles, music retail, cafe, and venue. When I first heard April describe this place, it sounded a bit strange. The joint sells instruments. It is a music venue for live concerts and serves coffee? Convincingly, a music retailer and a music venue would work together harmoniously as a single business unit. But to also throw a cafe in the mix seems a bit overkill to me. She pulls in a spot next to 3 other cars. One's an older luxury car, next to it is a newish economy crossover. Next to that is a sporty sedan, not quite a street racing car, but certainly not cheap. She parks and takes the keys out of the ignition. Looks like the whole gang's here today. Those are all Chester's, Dave's, and Pat's cars. Oh, okay. Is that our whole team? That's the squad. If you don't remember, Chester is the boss. Dave is Chester's husband. He runs the cafe. Pat works the same position we do, but he helps a lot in the cafe nowadays. Wait, Chester has a husband? I didn't know that. Yeah, dude. People are gay sometimes. You of all people should know that. She quips in a monotone with a slight hint of snark. I've already had it up to here with her, and it's not even 8 a.m. Well, I get that, but I wasn't expecting him to be gay too, you know? Just yanking your chain, dude. Line up a little. I don't really enjoy this type of yanking, but whatever. But for real though, he and his husband are kind of like pillars of the local LGBT plus community. They help organize and fundraise for pride events and stuff. He also likes to hire young queer people like us when he can. Interesting. Is that legal? At the very least, it's ethically questionable. We exit the car and I follow behind April. She leads me behind the building to a door situated next to a few dumpsters. This must be our employee entrance. The room we enter seems to be an employee break room and storage. Inside are some lockers, a round table with an eclectic set of chairs, and copious boxes stacked on industrial metal wire shelves. It's a bit cramped in here, but everything seems to be stored neatly. April walks in and makes a beeline to the electronic module located on the opposite wall. Looks just like an electronic time clock device. She punches in a sequence of numbers and places her index digit on the scanner. The module screen glows a bright green. 2 minutes to spare. I like clocking in earlier than that. Keep that in mind. Her tone is stern as she scolds me. Why can't she cut me a little slack here? Let's go find Chester. She walks towards the door that leads out of the break room into the next room, and I follow suit. Connecting the rooms was a two-way swinging door, equipped with plastic sanitary seals that scraped against the floor and ceiling as it opened. When I stepped through the door, I could have sworn I died and found myself in sweet, sweet confectionery heaven. The sanitary seal does a brilliant job of preventing air exchange because I couldn't smell a thing until now. All around me was the smell of sweet pastries baking in hot ovens, accompanied by the comforting scent of freshly brewed coffee. It was at this moment I starkly reminded that I didn't have breakfast. This must be the prep kitchen. The area is kept very tidy and pristine. Every stainless steel surface shines brilliantly. It was then that my attention was drawn to the two individuals responsible for these wonderful aromas dancing happily in my nostrils. A skunk and a collie. Oh my god, they're so cute. Oh, he's so chunky. Oh my god. The skunk's rather tall. He's quite plump and very pleasantly so. Charmingly handsome too. Next to him stands a border collie who's icing pastries on the adjacent counter. What a gem he is. Trim figure. What a gem he is. Trim figures like his are also a treat. I am a greedy omnivore when it comes to my taste in men's bodies. Not only do I enjoy the variety of body types, I want to sample them all. I wonder if either of them would let me sample. Wait. Fucking stop. What am I doing? I haven't even talked to these guys yet and I'm already having wild fantasies about them? What the hell is wrong with me? Oh, wait. I know exactly what's wrong with me. Oh my god. Ugh. I haven't gotten off at all this past week during the move. I'm in serious trouble unless I can get a grip. Well, here's our new guy. The skunk turned towards me and set down the bowl, a rubber spatula he was holding. A wide and warm grin spread across his face. Oh, April, you found me a cute one, didn't you? Oh, wrong one. Oh my god. I gotta figure out voices for these. Oh, April, you found me another cute one, didn't you? The collie speaks out while still icing a tray of pastries, only offering me and April a side glance as he continues his task. Wait, me? He's calling me cute? April implied that some of my coworkers were going to be queer, but I didn't expect one to start shamelessly flirting with me the instant I walked through the door. I looked to April to find some sort of reassurance here. All she did was roll her eyes at the collie's comment. Was this happening? Have I gone to the wrong place? Am I being pranked? Where are the hidden cameras? Pat, be nice. Chester was clear about his stance on you being flirty with our new friend here. The skunk's tone was very firm but positive, almost like a teacher trying to positively reinforce good behavior in a student. I know, I'm just messing. How's it going, man? Hi, I'm good. Excited to be here. I give Pat a wave, getting a good look at his face. He's quite a handsome dog. Someone as attractive as him is really calling me cute? Was this a joke? That'd be a great punchline, wouldn't it? Tease me and try to get my hopes up. This was always a shitty game the bullies would play on the queer kids in high school. Happy to hear it, bud. I'm Dave, and this goofball over here is Pat. It's great to finally meet you. Welcome to the family. He exclaimed this while making his smile even wider and warmer. Dave approaches me. I was prepared to shake his paw, but it looks like he wants more than that. His arms are spread wide open. Come here, buddy. I'm a hugger. I'm expecting a bit of a casual hug. Quick, less than 2 seconds. We all go about our day. Dave is on a completely different page, though. Whoa! Belly. I open my arms hesitantly, and Dave pulls me into one of the most intimate and tight hugs I've ever shared with a stranger. He holds me tight with a vice-like grip, with my face buried in his chest. God, it's so soft and fluffy. He gently rocks me back and forth and gives me back some slow and gentle rubs. He's a very active hugger, isn't he? I need out of this hug quick before I start poking him. I made the executive decision to terminate the embrace with a gentle yet assertive pull. Cool. Thanks, Dave. I muttered sheepishly. It's at this point I starting to feel overwhelmed. Regardless of my pent-up predicaments, Dave is being a lot in this moment. He seems to have gotten the message and lets out a chuckle. Sorry, bud. Chester tells me I need to work on asking before I just go up and hug on fellas. I'll be more mindful next time. Yes, this is a new visual novel, and it's a slice of life, so no horror. Honestly, this is refreshing. This will be a nice, refreshing visual novel for us. It's okay. Just surprised me is all. I never had coworkers act so friendly towards me on the first day. Oh yeah. Well, this ain't no ordinary place of work. You'll find that Chester is going to take real good care of you. Ain't that right? He glances over at Pat to coax out a response. He's still diligently attending to his icing. He's definitely the best boss I've ever had. That's for sure. His response seems quite natural, not forced. He's not trying to flatter because the boss, his husband, has asked the question. They all look so huggable. Oh my god. Pat sets down the icing bag and turns towards me entirely, offering me his undivided attention. I think you're going to have a good time here. Pat extends his right paw for a shake, and I oblige. His grip is gentle, yet firm. Nice to finally meet you, dude. I'm not much of a hugger myself. If I was going to hug you, I'd be liable to nip your neck. I can feel my heart flutter in response to his flirt. My head spins and swims as butterflies dance in my stomach. I see his brows raise as he lets out the quietest chuckle. He smelled that, didn't he? The worker lupine breeds typically have an acute sense of smell. He can certainly detect hormones at a paw-shake distance, my little adrenaline rush being no exception. I do my best to collect myself. Yeah. Good to meet you too, Pat. We mutually broke our paw shake. I turn back to April and she's looking at me with a slight smirk on her face. The hormones are kicking in, guys. She could have warned me about these two. Chester's over in his office. I'll take you to him if you're ready. He turns to April. You good with opening the front of the house while we get him all set up, Apes? Apes? First time I've heard that nickname for her. Moira's never used it. Oh, yeah. I'll be fine. She says with a satisfied grin on her face and a thumbs up. She walks through the kitchen doors. Dave and I are close behind after he signals for me to follow. The door leads to an area behind the counter of the cafe. I wasn't quite sure what to expect from the cafe, but this is legit. We walk around the counter to find several tables and chairs in the dining area. It's quite spacious and with plenty of seating. Just like the kitchen, this space was spotless. The tile floors were practically glowing. All the tables and chairs were very neatly arranged, ready for customers. One thing I found curious was that the cafe seems to be entirely enclosed. Walls completely surround only the restaurant. It was almost like a cafe you would find in a mall, perhaps. There's one door that seems to exit outside, and another that exits into the front of the house, as they've called it. With each successive room I've toured so far, I've become more and more impressed. It helps put my mind at ease despite all the tension I've endured so far. He spoke as we continued to walk. Here's the cafe. We got coffee, pastries, and some lunch sandwiches for sale. It's open from 9 to 4 every day. The shop's open. We'll see about getting you back here during lunchtime so you can see how everything flows. No, sounds good. Sure sounds good. With me in tow, Dave guides us through the cafe's main seating area and to the front doors. Oop, that was loud, and it rang in my ear. Ah! The bell situated above the door chimes, signaling a person has either entered or exited. Oh, this is cute. Separate from the enclosed cafe space, we ventured out to the music store, which is huge. Instruments line up the perimeter walls of the showroom. Many were displayed up high and out of reach. Guitars, brass instruments, woodwind instruments, and anything else you could think of. In the center of this large space, there are clusters of electronic keyboards, drums, and even a couple of pianos. Along one of the back walls, a cluster of shelves housed several records, all neatly organized. Every product in sight was kept in immaculate condition. The light trickling in through the windows of the shop shined brilliantly on every surface. Honestly, I feel like I could come here. Like, I would go here consistently. The floors in this space are carpeted, also kept pristine, just like the cafe. I'm also finding an eclectic set of furniture peppered through the shop. They range from small bar stools to big comfy couches. Lots of places to park your ass while you sample the merchandise, I guess. Situated across the cafe entrance is a counter space where 2 registers and glass display cases housing smaller merchandise. This is where April's found herself, fidgeting with one of the registers. Impressive, isn't it? Yeah, wow. I wasn't expecting such a massive space. Yep. Could you believe this all started with that cafe? So, this old building used to be a strip mall. He stops in his tracks and gestures around the building, pointing at the inside corners. Back in the day, there would be about 4 businesses operating under this one roof. They'd be little restaurants, barbecue joints, pharmacies, barbers. His speech was trailing off a bit. He's taking a trip down memory lane, isn't he? When Chester and I got married, he wanted us to start a business and pursue my passion for baking. We scrapped up all of our money we could, and we bought out one of the old cafes here. We stripped it down, built it back up, and made it our own. He pointed towards the cafe, which is now behind us. We opened it up, and it wasn't long before we became a big hit. We were making so much moolah that Chester decided to open a small guitar shop in one of the adjacent units. We wanted to pursue his passion next. As the years went on by, we kept expanding until we purchased the whole building. Chester had to be real business savvy. The owners of the mall were quite happy to have us pay rent instead of letting us buy the building outright. But after some persuasion and business finagling, here we are. Finagling? Does he mean fen-angling? Does he mean finagling? How charming. Wow. It's amazing you two could pull that off. It's all thanks to that chazzy boo of mine. I just bake stuff. He playfully bats his eyes at me. Oh my god, he's so fucking cute. Oh my god, guys. I'm sorry. Oh my god. You dang adorable skunk with your heartwarming ass success story. I will not allow you to work here. Why? He's so cute. Even after all that, I'm still left bewildered by the functionality of this business model. I guess I'll find out how this all works after we open. Ew, a skunk? No, he's so cute though. Dave directs me to the far side of the building. We pass through rows and rows of merchandise. That's when I notice a rather large stage. It must be 3 feet high and has plenty of space for a decent sized band. It's adorned with a display of amplifiers, guitars, and drum kits, all neatly arranged. And here's the stage. We try to have concerts once or twice a month. When it's not used for performances, we display some product up there. He directs me up to the top of the stage using a set of stairs. There was a curtain spanning from the ceiling to the floor. Dave pushed the curtains aside, walked through, and motioned for me to do the same. We found ourselves in the backstage area. Looks like another miscellaneous storage space. Situated in the back corner was another enclosed room. Dave directs me to the door. The entryway is a single wooden door with an opaque window. On the window, the graphic reads, Chester Halford. Dave opens the door and gestures for me to walk through. I took a couple of steps inside with Dave trailing behind me. Hey, Chaz! I've collected our new friend. Oh my god. Sitting in a large leather chair behind the desk is a wolfen man, hunched over some papers. Unlike Pat, Chester seems to be an unselected breed of lupine. The wolf is unreasonably handsome. He far surpasses the standards of ordinary men. I'm having a hard time believing this is a man who hired me. He turns his attention away from the papers to gaze up at me. Ah! There he is. Good to finally see you in the flesh. Hey, Chester. Good to meet you. Jesus Christ, what the fucking fuck was that? You didn't even say, good to meet you. Why did I say, good to meet you too? Stupid. Good to meet me? We already met on the phone. Hey, Akaros? Yeah, Mora? What's up? I'm officially the biggest moron in the world. Reputation destroyed. Stupid. Good to see you streaming a new VN. Yeah. Chester lets out a hearty chuckle, interrupting my mini panic episode. I'm just yanking your chain, son. We like to have fun here. Must everyone yank my chain today? Chester directs his gaze towards Dave. Isn't that right, love? Not too much fun now, honey. This one's feeling a little overwhelmed today. It totally went over your head. Yank. What? Hey, are you trying to do the stutter thing? Yank more than his chain. My god. Not too much now. Not too much fun now, honey. This one's feeling a little overwhelmed today. I guess I'm not hiding my discomfort very well. Why can't my little nervous breakdowns be kept within the confines of my dumb head? Oh, I'm sure he'll be fine. I know he's gonna fit right in. He looks at me in the eye for a few seconds. The eye contact starts to feel overwhelmingly fast. I reflexively look away. Hey, it's okay. I know the first day can be nerve-wracking, but you're here to learn, and all I can do is ask you to do your best. What else is gonna fit right in? Guys, it's a little too early. We're not fucking everyone yet. That gives me a little reassurance. I need to use my accents. I feel like I'm trying to what's it called? Try to get a feel. I don't know. I'll have like a few accents. I have a few accents under my belt, but I don't think Russian or Filipino or German? I don't know. I don't think those will fit this man. But I'll try using the other voice. That gives me a little reassurance. I'm probably just working myself up too much for no good reason. Nobody expects anything from the new guy on his first day. He gives me a smile and stands up from his desk. He then directs his question to Dave. Shall we? It's almost 1:15. Should I do that voice? Shall we? It is almost 1:15. Aren't you forgetting something? Oh, yes. Can you spell your name out for me? I need to give you a name tag. Default name is Eddie. We'll go with Caro. We'll go with Akaros. I figured. Just wanted to be sure. Chester types the letters into a small device on his desk that prints out a small, clear plastic tab with my name printed on it. He takes off the paper backing to expose the adhesive and smears the tab onto a generic name badge. Chester stands up and approaches me with the name badge in paw. He gives it to me, and I quickly affix it to my shirt, just over my right breast. Looks good! I am forgetting one more thing, though. The wolf reaches out his right paw for a shake. I oblige and take his paw into mine. Welcome to the team, buddy. Happy to finally have you. A toothy grin spreads across his face as he firmly grips my paw. At this distance, I have a much better look at his figure, and good God, he really is flawless. Those strong arms and perky chest are impeccable. We break eye contact and I look to Dave. I follow his lead and exit the office with Chester in tow. Chester shuts off the lights and closes the door behind us. So, every morning we have a team meeting to go over business before we open. Today's main topic will be on how we're going to get you trained. He's got a lot to learn about the products, yeah? He directs his next question to me. You don't play any instruments, right? Someone is not going to sleep that night and getting a sore arm. Oh my God, stop. Dave asked me with a hint of disbelief in his voice, as if he's really holding out hope for my lack of musicality was just a misunderstanding. No, I really don't. I mean, I enjoy listening to music a lot, but I just never learned how to play anything. It's not ideal, but I don't think that'll be an issue. You think so? I do. For starters, it seems like I won't have to teach him how to treat customers. The two turned to me. I spoke with your reference at Ski Dipsy, and she had a lot of great things to say about you and your people skills. Oh, wow. I'm really flattered to hear that. Yeah, well, make sure you tell her that. We'll see if she's right, since I haven't seen anything from you just yet. He took a slight pause and made an audible sniff. Why did they sniff into the mic? Although, I've smelled quite a bit. Excuse me? Does he mean by that? I don't stink, do I? Wait, did he smell my hormones? On me when we shook paws? Oh fuck, what if I smell like my testosterone and think I'm some kind of depraved hornball? This is... sandalwood and black pepper, yes? A bit bold and rugged. I like it. Yeah, thanks. Did I put too much on? Oh no, definitely not. I'm just practically sensitive to the essential oils and deodorants and cologne. I promise it's not too much. Thank the Lord, that's all. But being a canine too, I've got a better nose for them most. But I'm certainly no match for Chester or Pat's sense of smell. Vulpines culturally don't put as much emphasis on scent training as the lupines do. It's not just about having good sense of smell, but knowing how to use it. I remember some of the wolves I grew up with talked a great deal about their scent training as pups to help hone their olfactory related skills. It's one of those skills that's so much more valuable to learn young than when you get older. Kind of like learning a language. So, wait, hold up. That's so loud. I gotta lower this. I'm gonna put to E. Oh my God, I thought I could handle it, but like the ringing is so much. Dave opens the door to the cafe and holds it open for Chester and me. After you? Thank you, dear. The two gaze into each other's eyes for a quick moment as Chester walks by through the door. That was so cute. Seeing two men being this deep in love is always so endearing. The way they talk to each other, look at each other, they definitely love each other very, very much. God, I wish I had that. That's when I feel it. My boner. This feeling. Here to rain on my parade once again. The intense sensation of loneliness I felt for so many years now. It's always a somatic experience for me. Right where my heart is, I feel a black hole forming. Nothing escapes it. I feel it pull on me, stopping me in my tracks, demanding all my attention, begging me to wallow in self-pity and ignore the rest of the world. No, I can't listen to you. Not today. I have shit to do. The feeling comes and goes, but it's left its mark. Just have to keep it together until this shift is over. This isn't the time nor the place for a breakdown. You okay, Akaros? Oh shit. I literally did stop in my tracks. Oh, yeah. Yes, sorry. I quickly enter through the door. Dave is holding a jar for me. Stepping into the cafe, Pat and April were already sitting at a table near the center of the dining area. Good morning, Carnicle Chews. Oh, Carnicle Crew. Chester took a seat next to the hyena. And good morning to you, April. Yo. How are you today? Fine, aside from having to drag Akaros out of bed and almost making me late. Excuse me? That jerk. Almost late? Sounds like just on time to me. He gives me a quick wink. Oh, thank God he's not gonna be a stickler about timing. Can't believe April is still giving me shit, though. Wasn't neglecting to warn me about the horny dog and cuddly skunk enough punishment? Pat and April were seated on the one side of the square table that normally seats 6. I took a seat at the corner opposite of that demon witch. Chester sat beside me, Dave beside him. Pat's holding a stack of papers in front of him. He taps the stack on the table to align the pages neatly, then clears his throat. Here we go, Deuterinos and Deuterinet. It's my turn in the cycle, so I'll go ahead and lead things off. You have everything prepared for today? Well, yeah. It's a special day after all. He said so indignantly. Something tells me he may need some reminders every now and again. First order of business, the newbie. He gestures a paw towards me as if presenting me to the whole staff. So, we're going to need to figure out how to train him today. Chester, what do you think? Actually, I wanted to hear what you think, Pat. What's your idea? Pat was suddenly grinning ear to ear. Oh, jeez. I guess my fate is in his paws today. Though I had to say, the encouragement I'm seeing Chester give to Pat is quite special. A sight unseen compared to my past managers. Let's see. He looks up at the ceiling with his tongue slightly hanging out. He's tapping the tip of his tongue with a pen and paw. He's thinking really hard about this, isn't he? Hoping I don't see smoke coming out of his ears. You should probably stick around April this morning. She can show him how to open up the front of the house, set up the point of service, and maybe teach him a thing or two about the products. His speech trails off, clearly deeper in thought. Please don't set off a smoke alarm. Then he can stick with me and Dave during lunch rush. I can teach him how the cafe workflow goes. His speech is trailing off once more again. That is great so far. How about towards the end lunch? Then it'll be time for a break. He directs his gaze towards me. Think you and I could go take a break together? He waggles his eyebrows. He doesn't stop. This damn dog is trying to get me flustered again. Pat, you know the rules, especially after last time. Oh dear. There's a history, isn't there? That goes for you too, Akaros. Due to some recent incidents, we now have a no dating policy. Even if it's outside the work, it just makes things complicated. Wouldn't want that. Chester directs his gaze towards Pat. I'm not trying to single you out here, bud. But I need to look out for you guys and the business. I don't like enforcing rules like this, but it's just what I have to do. Oh, fuck. There really is some history here. Overall, I don't think the request is too unreasonable. Pat's cute, but I'm not dying to get into his pants. It's obvious why Chester and Dave would be an exception, but given the guy is literally married to his co-owner, you'd think he had more of a liberal stance on the workplace relationship, right? Aside from all that, it's best to stagger breaks. Anyways, Akaros will take his break first, then you, Pat. And me? After Pat, so he can take over the front of the house after he's done with lunch rush. Cool. April is leaning back on her chair at this point, bouncing on its two hind legs. Fall, 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 fall. Okay, good. So breaks are taken care of. Pat jots down these notes on the paper. Chester turns and looks towards me. After cafe closes up, it should be around 4:30. You can go home then if you'd like. Or, if you want to earn some overtime on your first day, you can help me close up. This guy's wearing red shirt. Smash! Hot. He's married, Rez. He's married to the skunk guy to the left. We can't. There's no dating in the workplace. It's not allowed anymore. He said the O word? Oh, hell yes. I'm definitely down for some overtime, sure. April's now staring daggers at me. What did I do? Oh, wait. April's my ride home. I got you covered. Don't worry. Phew. Okay. That predicament has been evaded. 100% going to need that OT cash. I can spare the time. Also, Chester takes the cake for the best boss ever award today. I mean, it is a low bar, but he's offering overtime and a ride home on the first day? That's really generous of you. Thank you. It is no trouble at all. It's the least I can do for the extra help. Great. So Akaros will get some closing training today, too. Looks like a pretty well-rounded day. His grin is back. He's feeling quite proud of himself, it seems. He came up with the training regimen all by himself. Okay, now to the good stuff. I could see his stars in his eyes. The show night lineup this Saturday. We're gonna take a 15-minute break here. We like to take 2 15-minute breaks in between sessions of the visual novel to evenly space it. So, with that being said, we are going to take our 15-minute break to cool down and get some more water. In the meantime, everyone, stand up, stretch, get some water, get some food. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Also, if you're on the YouTube side, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you like so far. And hit that bell icon to get notified on the next stream. So, with that being said, we'll be right back, guys. Stay comfy. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone had a wonderful break. I hope you used the bathroom, get some food, and got your fluids back in your system. We are going to be heading back in. This show's night lineup this Saturday. We have 3 acts lined up so far. Yep, first is Libra Zebra, then Sands of Saturn, then it's time for Carcinogen? He belts out the last. Oh, my bad. Yep, first is Libra Zebra, then Sands of Saturn, and then it's time for Carcinogen! He belts out the last word. He raises up his left paw and makes a rock and roll devil horns gesture. Woohoo! She makes the same devil horn gesture with her paws as well, less enthusiastically. Come on, apes! You should be more pumped up for our show! I would be if I wasn't playing double duty. I'm drumming for Carcinogen and SOS. She buries her face in her arms with her head down on the table. Life of a drummer, eh? Everybody wants a piece of you. He lets out a chuckle. We need to try and find more acts. I'll see if I can find anyone else to book. I have a couple of ideas. Just don't book one of them quirky ukulele girls again. I've learned my lesson last time. That's why I have new acts auditions nowadays. Or at least give me give me an audition video. Yeah, no more lame-ass ukuleles. Also, you guys aren't going to believe the song we're debuting. Daryl and I have been working up super hard on it. Carcinogen is gonna melt faces this weekend. That's nice, son, but I definitely think Sands of Saturn is going to give you kids a run for your money. He giggles while nudging Chester. The wolf seemed unamused. You two better not start getting competitive again. Well, it's not much of a competition when your band doesn't bore people to tears. You kidding me? No one wants to hear y'all hoping and hollering up on that stage. Meanwhile, we deliver a class act. Cliff and I have been working on some great pieces that'll captivate the audience. Oh my god, my knee. Pat begins to melodramatically fake snore. Oh, what was that? I couldn't hear you over the sound of the audience snoring. You captivated them to sleep. Are things escalating? Boy, have you ever even looked at a sheet of music in your life? It seems like they are. Dave, the wolf spoke in a soft but firm tone. Oh, please. We don't need sheet music if we're not making shit music. Who the hell are you calling? April swiftly raises to her feet and slams on the table. Holy fucking shit! If you two don't shut the fuck up right now and get back on track, I'm not drumming for either of you. She lowers her rear back down onto the seat. Silence. She certainly knows how to diffuse that kind of conflict. Pat clears his throat again and takes the stack of pages in his paws. Anywho, so we'll be closing up shop early on Friday so we can prep the front of the house for show night. Newbie, you can work on Saturday if you want to help set up. Just like with the overtime question earlier, I see no reason to say no to extra hours. Sure, sign me up. I'd love to help. Dope. You and I are the only ones not performing Akaros, so we'll be setting everything up and making sure it all runs smoothly. Then on Sunday, the store is closed. We just need some volunteers to put the shop back together to prep for Monday morning. You all can come in any time during the afternoon to help Dave and me. We'll take everything nice and slow. Pat jots down more notes. Also, I gotta make sure I have the YouTube chat up, because for some reason, I don't see it. Let's open this up. Pop out and close this so we can see the chat of the YouTubes over here. And I'm gonna burp. Oh my god, excuse me. Now, I'm left thinking, do I have any days off? I'd rather not chime in and ask. It seems like Chester needs the help, and I don't want to look like I'm not a team player on my first day. Plus, the more overtime I can accrue, the better. Great, so show night is taken care of. Alright, let's wrap it up here. Anything else that's on the topics list can be put off until tomorrow. Good meeting, team. Aside from getting a little carried away, you did an excellent job leading, Pat. That signature proud Pat grin once again adorns his face. He really loves the praise. It's kinda cute, I guess. April stands up and gestures to me. Let's go prep front of the house. I follow her out of the cafe. Ringing bells. For the next 20 minutes, April gives me a crash course on the point of service software. Every item has a barcode and each product shows up itemized on the screen. I can then complete the transaction with card or cash. Easy peasy. Done that a billion times. It's 8:55. Almost time to open up. The front door is still locked though. Hey, can you show me where the keys are? Sure. They're under the register. The one with the blue tape unlocks the front door. She pulls out a hefty set of keys and isolates one. She briskly walks around the counter and towards the door. I follow suit. It's a little tricky, but you get used to it. You have to rotate counterclockwise twice, and then... Her sentence trails off. I'm left confused for a moment. I look up to see that on the other side of the window door, there's already a customer waiting. Oh god, what the hell does he want? April's already brisk pace now hastens to a borderline power walk. She expertly performs a complicated unlocking sequence and opens the door with a second. Daryl, we're not even open yet. Why are you here? April's speaking to a lion on the side of the door. He's a tad... Oh, fuck. What? Shit. Fuck. Okay. He's a tad taller than me, sporting a ginger coat darker than what you see from most lions. His most distinguishing feature has to be this enormous mane. Focus. I'm trying to focus. My eyes are just everywhere right now. Oh my god. He's quite handsome too. I take notice of his oh my god. He's quite handsome too. I take notice of his gorgeous rusty red eyes. It's what's gonna be his voice? It's here, right? Pat told me it's here. His expression was a mix of incredible excitement and intense anxiety. What are you talking about, weirdo? The new PLS, the S5 partial hollow body series? Pat told me that it has a satin finish and it's a lefty. You have to let me play it, April. His tone was starting to sound desperate. Yeah, it's here. Why are you here so early though? Don't you have work? She asked him with a slight accusatory tone in her voice. Yeah, but I'm on second shift today. I'm free until 2. All right, it's on the stage. Use the Varshal amp that's up there. Daryl utters a vocalization that I can only describe as a squee. I could see the stars in his eyes. Hell yes! Thank you, apes! Thank you. Hold up. This is the 3rd most expensive axe in the store, and I know for a fact you ain't buying it today. Be careful. Yes, ma'am. He's grinning ear to ear. April opens the door to invite Daryl inside. He's walking towards me. Hi there, And he walks right past me, as if I'm not even there. He's making a brisk beeline for the stage. Did you just blow me off? Rude. Yeah, that's Daryl. Is he always so one-track minded? Oh yeah, it's bad. Don't be upset by it though. I'm sure he'll chat your ear off later once he gets this out of his system. So, is this the same Daryl Pat mentioned earlier? Yep. Out of nowhere, an earth-trembling noise blasts through the store. A very high-pitched feedback type sound that could shatter eardrums. What the hell is this? Ah! Daryl! April barked out at the lion. Sorry! The volume was left up high when I plugged it in! He shouts to us from across the showroom. That's why you check the volume before you plug it in! She shouts back. Sorry! Holy fuck, what am I gonna do with him? At a much more reasonable volume, I could hear Daryl tuning the guitar and playing some warm-up chords. Oh my goodness. Hold up. Okay, the audio was still playing. I was wondering. Hold up. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is good. He then starts playing. Oh my god. It's an electric mess of what sounds like fragments of songs, solos, and what I can assume to be improv. I'm not rightly sure. I will say though, he does sound pretty good up there. The guitar looks very natural in his paws, almost as if they were specifically tailored just for him. The whole time I see him up there, he's got a very goofy smile on his face. It's actually pretty cute. The guitar is beautiful as well. The body has a very deep black satin-like color. On the front of the body, it has what I guess is a notch cut to make the instrument some kind of acoustic-electric hybrid. It also looks backwards, like it's a mirror image of a regular guitar. I guess that's what he meant by a lefty. He also appears to be holding it the opposite way most people would hold a guitar. For the next hour as Daryl jammed away at his new obsession, April spent more time teaching me about the different instruments the store has to offer. We walked through the shop floor and she introduced me to each of them. I was learning a lot from her. Among what she showed me, there were several instruments that I had never even seen or heard before. At one point, April facepawed when I deadpan told her that I thought bassoons weren't real instruments. I'd never seen one, I just only heard their name being spoken in movies and such. I thought they were made up or something. She explained the significance of the PLS guitar brand that Daryl was so excited for. Expertly crafted pieces of art made with unmatched precision and quality. Very expensive too. The thing Daryl was holding in his paws was apparently worth over $5,000. Not much else was happening in the music store during this time. It was 9 a.m. on a Monday after all. Some folks were trickling into the cafe for their breakfast. I would take the occasional glance at the patrons. A wide range of folks were coming and going throughout the morning. I spotted punks and queer-presenting folks who looked like they frequent this space due to their musical proclivities. Others were business types, looking for an in-and-out quick meal as their day gets started. A few freelance workers dined in and spread out on a table with their laptops and tablets to get some work done. It's not looking busy, but things certainly look steady for the cafe. It's approaching 10 a.m., and we haven't had any other customers browse for any instruments or equipment yet. That's until a Ram fella walks in. He's about my height and has an average build. Looks to be in his 40s. I dare say his build might be a bit more muscular than average. His arms are looking pretty good in the polo shirt he's wearing. I wonder how they feel. Focus. Focus. It's time to work, Akaros. Not gawk at men. Work. It's always time to gawk at men. My god. Hello, sir. Welcome to the Chronicles. My name's April. How can we help you? Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was a spot-on retail worker voice she just put on there. She even managed to sound peppy and cheerful. Total opposite of the way she treated Daryl. I would never have guessed she had it in her. Hi, I saw your shop online and thought I'd come in and browse for a gift for my son. His birthday's soon and he's about to turn 14. I wanted to see. Apes! Daryl is shouting to us from across the room. April's completely ignoring Daryl's summons. What kind of guitars you had available for beginners? He's really into rock and music and wants to learn. Apes! He shouts a little louder. I'm so sorry, sir. Excuse me for just one moment. April turns to Daryl's direction. What? Her tone completely flipped. The customer service voice was nowhere to be heard. Can you come help me? Ugh, Akaros, go help the needy baby. Are you sure? I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. Just go see what he wants. I need to help our customer here. Without giving me a moment to respond, she turns back towards the RAM and puts back on that customer service smile as if it never left her face. I'm so sorry about that, sir. I'd love to help you browse some of our beginner selections. As much as I want to be part of this interaction for learning experience, I guess I'll see what Daryl's problem is. I approached the lion, who's made himself comfortable on the stage. He found himself a nice stool to park his rear and is sitting across from a very large amplifier, guitar in paw. He noticed me and gives me a greeting before I have a chance to say anything. Oh, hey there, dude! I've never seen you work here before. You gotta be new, right? Hi, yeah. It's my first day. I'm Makaros, by the way. Makaros? Cool! Hopefully I'll remember that. I'm Daryl. Good to meet you. You too. You're from around here? No, actually, I just moved to Douglas last week from a little town up north. Nice, nice. Why choose Douglas, though? Well, it's all because of that one back there. I gestured to April, who at this point had a guitar in her paws and was displaying it to the gentleman on his birthday gift mission. She's dating my best friend. We moved here together so we could stay in April's apartment. Oh, okay. Yeah, April's been talking about you guys non-stop. Especially your friend, what's her name? Mora. Yeah, Mora! April talks about her all the time. Aw, does she really? Oh yeah, last week, April wouldn't shut up about how excited she was. Make sure those two stay together. Never seen her this happy. That's really sweet. How did you get to know April? Met her a couple of years ago, actually. He also drums for my band. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Your band's Carcinogen, right? Yep. Wait. In Daryl's eyes, I saw even more stars appear the moment when he got excited about his guitar. You've heard about us? Yeah, I heard of the band this morning while Pat was going over the lineup for the show night on Saturday. His expression took an immediate 180. I bet he was excited to meet a fan. Poor guy. Oh, yeah, right. That makes sense. He pauses for a moment. So, anyway, I wanted to call April over here to see if I could take the pedal from the other amp and plug it into the Varshell. He points to some sort of electronic module on the floor. I'd never seen this kind of device before. It looks like something you activate by stepping on it, like an accelerator in a car. Oh boy. Yes, it's all coming together. I can deduce that this device is in fact a pedal. I have no idea how to answer his question. Sorry, I don't know. I'll ask April when she has a second. Cool, cool. Uh-oh, the silence is getting awkward. Think of a topic. Think. Say, what does the pedal do? It's a fuzz. I want to daisy chain it to the overdrive I have here. Oh, cool? What in the ever-loving fuck does that mean? So, what do pedals do, like, in general? Oh, you work at a music store and you're asking me this. Fuck. Well, that backfired. Now he thinks I'm a moron. Well, I'm still learning. Well, everyone's gotta start somewhere, I guess. Come up here and I'll show you how it works. It's super easy. He gives me a wide and genuine smile. Guess he doesn't think I'm too pathetic. I walked up the stage stairs and met him where he's sitting. With his foot, he taps the pedal on the floor that's wired to the amplifier he's using. Doing this turned the pedal's little LED lights off. So, I just turned the pedal off. Now the electrical signal from the guitar is going straight to the amp without any alterations, giving us a clean tone. He strummed a few chords. They didn't sound anywhere near as punchy or grindy as the noise that came out the amp moments ago. To turn it on, you just have to step on it. He presses the pedal with his foot again. The LED light is now glowing. The pedal's now on, is now altering the electrical signal going to the amp, creating a new tone. And now, it sounds like this. He strums more chords interlaced with single notes, then he bends aggressively. The tone is now more gritty, punchy, and very much rock and roll. This little thing is neat. Wow, that's really cool. I always thought you need a completely different amplifier if you wanted to make different tones like that. Nope, just a pedal, or a bunch of pedals. You could have as many as you want. Neat. You're really good at playing too, by the way. It's been nice hearing you jam while April and I are working. He darts his eyes for a moment before looking back up to me with a goofy yet almost nervous grin. Oh, thanks. I'm not the best though. I practice a lot, but there are many people out there that can play circles around me. That might be true, but that doesn't take away from your talent. Yeah, I guess. Fuck. Another awkward silence. Say something, Akaro. Say something. So, Alright, I'm here now. What do you want, lion boy? Oh, thank God for April. She shows up with a guitar case in paw. What did I want? He furrows his brow with his eyes closed, squinting tightly. He's thinking really hard about this, isn't he? Oh, shit. I forgot. Well, in that case, Wait, Daryl, it was about using the other pedal, right? Yeah, I wanted to chain the fuzz pedal up here to the overdrive. Can I? Knock yourself out. Sweet! Thanks, Apes! Daryl stands up and very gingerly returns the guitar to its display case as he goes about his task of rearranging his pedal setup. Akaros, come with me. We're gonna ring up this customer. He's buying a Render Strat Master. Oh, coming! I join April back on the ground level to walk back to the counter. She gingerly places the instrument atop a guitar-shaped fabric carrying case that's situated on the counter. She scans the tag secured by the string attached to the headstock. That's what it's called, right? That part with the tuny thingies? I have a lot to learn. Now, if you would like, I can include a tuning peg winder, a set of strings, and an electric tuner as a part of the bundle. Your son's gonna need all of these things eventually. She's trying to upsell here. Let's see if it pays off. That sounds good to me. Whatever you think he's going to need. Of course. Give me one moment. She steps away from her position to go retrieve the items. I'm alone with the customer. My retail senses are kicking in. I shouldn't let this customer just stand there awkwardly. I need to engage. This looks like a great guitar. I'm sure your son's going to love it. I hope so. April explained everything about it and why it'll be great for him as a beginner. I noticed this was an electric guitar though. He needs an amplifier. Does he already have an amp? Sure do. It's old but in good shape. Been sitting in our basement for years. So looks like we can't sell him an amp. What about pedals? Like the one Daryl's using. Oh, does he have any pedals? I don't think so. Not very sure what that is. Oh, it adds distortion to the guitar sound. The gentleman on stage is using a pedal right now. We both pause for a moment to listen to Daryl's playing. Oh, yeah, that sounds pretty nice. If I get the pedal that Lion is using, will his guitar sound like that? That's probably a question for That's probably a question for April. The question April can better answer. As if right on cue, she returned to the counter with the items in paw. April can better answer what? If we get this gentleman the pedal Daryl is using, will his son's guitar sound like that? April put the sweetest customer service smile on her face. It'll sound quite similar. Your son will be using a different guitar and amp, but the distortion will have a similar effect. Stop flirting with the not customer. I can't help it. He kinda cute. He's a cute-ass lion. Yeah, I think he'll really like that. Can you get me one of those too? Absolutely. April quickly ducks and retrieves a small box from the glass display case. It has an image of a familiar pedal pointed on it. It's labeled as Overdrive. She scans the extra items she had collected. All right, your total is going to be $324.94 today. The customer, with no hesitation, gives her a credit card. She processes the transaction, then packs away the items into the fabric guitar-shaped bag for the customer. Here you go. Have a great day, sir, and wish your son a happy birthday for us. I sure will. Thank you two for your help today. I'll be coming back if he needs any more gear. The customer flashes us one last toothy grin before turning away from the counter. He waves as he exits the building. I'm going to tell Chester to give you credit for selling that pedal. Aw, you don't have to do that. Nah, dude. You really upsold him there. Good job. The next hour was spent helping the occasional customer with small purchases. With each new customer, I learned something new about the instruments and their accessories. This process is all too familiar to me. I worked at a new store. I have to quickly learn every detail about a bunch of products. Then I have to be able to sell them effectively. Just another Monday. Throughout the morning, Daryl kept jamming away. Guess he doesn't get bored of playing that one guitar. He's really fixated on that thing, isn't he? Before I knew it, it's 11 a.m. 11 a.m. had struck. Pat appeared on cue and invited me to follow him to the cafe. Lunch rush must be starting. The collie directs me behind the cafe counter. All right, I'm gonna make this real simple for you, so I don't overload your brain. Overload my brain? Aren't you the one struggling to organize my training itinerary? Have you ever bussed before? Have I ever what now? Bus, like bussing tables. He makes a circular wiping gesture with his paw. Oh, like clean them and stuff? Yeah, after the customers leave, you gotta clean up after them. Some are nice and use bus tubs on top of the trash cans to put the dirty dishes. Some don't. Overall, you just need to make sure the tables look nice and the bus tubs on the trash cans are empty. This wasn't what I was expecting to do today. I'm feeling a little blindsided by this new task. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, I can do that. We'll get you behind the counter at some point, but I just think it's best to stick with something simple for right now. He gives me a cheeky smile. I'm not a fan of my new task, but I'll do what I must to get a paycheck. Pat gives me an apron and shows me the closet, where all the cleaning supplies are kept. He gave me the crash course on bussing tables. In no time, we were ready to go. The pace was beginning to pick up and we were officially busy. Chester appeared to lend a helping paw, too. I found myself pacing around the dining room and kitchen during the rush. The three men behind the counter are taking orders, preparing hot beverages, and serving hot food. Glancing at the menu up above the counter, it's kind of small. Only about a dozen food items and a dozen drinks as well. I remember reading somewhere that small menus can actually be a good thing. Restaurants that have brief selections are liable to prepare higher quality foods. The smaller the menu, the more time the chef can focus on perfecting those few items. A common ingredient for the sandwich selection is bacon, my favorite. I can find myself enjoying turkey in all of its varieties, but the bacon is where it's at. Good lord. It's all I could smell the entire time I was wiping down the tables. This is where my stomach harshly protests my lack of breakfast. It doesn't help that this is hard work too. I'm really working up an appetite here. There's so much pacing around, trying to keep up with these customers is a challenge. The first few tables I cleared took some extra time. There was a little bit of a learning curve, but I was definitely getting the hang of it. I'd say I was a pro by the 5th or 6th table. Some customers were really nice and kept their tables reasonably spotless, while others were not as thoughtful and left their tables in shambles. I pressed on regardless. All the moving and lifting is giving me a bit of a workout. Those bus tubs situated by the trash cans are often overflowing with dishes by the time I get to them. They're not light by any means. Peak hour was right at noon. Everything was going at a busy but steady pace. All in all, this isn't the worst. Manual labor at least allows me to shut off my brain for a short time. I'm mostly ignored by all the customers and that helps keep me on track. At about 1 p.m., things started to die down a little bit. A lot of the customers who came at noon were either sat at their tables or left with their to-go orders. I had a quick moment to catch my breath back in the kitchen. There's a window in the wall that separates the behind-the-counter space from the kitchen. I guess you can't technically call it a window. It doesn't have any glass, it's just a square-shaped hole in the wall. I can see 3 men on the other side, still catching up on their work. Chester catches a glance of me in the kitchen and puts down what he's doing and glides over to the door that separates the two areas. He enters the kitchen and approaches me. Hey bud, you did great out there. Thanks. I wasn't expecting to be doing any of this today. I know, I'm sorry. Usually someone behind the counter handles bussing. We just wanted to get you some exposure to how the cafe runs during lunch. I won't ask you to do this every day. Well, that's a relief. I didn't hate bussing, but I think my talents are best used for other tasks. Things are slowing down though. Pat can take care of bussing. Why don't you go on your break now? What about all these dirty dishes though? Oh, don't worry, I'll take care of that. Are you sure? I can stick around longer if you need. As if on cue, my stomach makes a wretched growling noise that was clearly audible to Chester. Oh, I'm definitely sure. Need to make sure you're fed and energized for overtime tonight. He lets out a hearty chuckle and offers me a wide grin. It's nice to have a boss who cares somewhat about my bodily needs. I wasn't always so lucky. Also, hi, Am. Yes, a border collie. The border collie is our coworker. Oh my god. Just try to be back in 45 minutes or so. There's a burrito joint across the street that you can try. If we weren't on the tail end of rush, I'd offer you a hot sandwich that Dave can make. Sorry about that. That's okay. A burrito sounds really good, actually. Do I need to clock out or anything? No need for today. Just make sure you tell April you're heading out before you go. Sure thing. Thanks. Chester gives me a nod and turns back towards the door and heads back to the cafe counter. Hello, George. I follow behind shortly after. Heading back into the front of the house, I'm able to find April quickly. Hey, I'm heading out for my lunch break. Chester wanted me to tell you. I'm going to try out that burrito place across the street. Great. Go ask Daryl to go with you. Well, I was just thinking I was gonna go alone. Nuh-uh. You're new around here, and need to make some friends. Daryl's an okay dude. Kinda needs some new friends, too. You two should get to know each other. Aw. Are you looking out for me, April? That's sweet of you. I taunted her in the most annoying and teasy tone I could muster. Oh my fucking god, I'm just trying to get you a social life so you're not hanging at the apartment all the time. Uh-huh. Sure it is. I give her a smirk and I can see right through her. She can be a decent person sometimes. We seek out Daryl on the shop floor and find him still playing the same guitar. Also, so far, I'm actually really liking this game. This is a nice change of pace to my usual psychological horror monotony of Echo and other games that scar me for life. And it's so refreshing. That also helps that the characters are kind of hot and kind of cute at the same time. Hey Daryl, you hungry? Daryl snapped out of his trance when he was addressed. Oh yeah, sure. Where are we going? Can you take a car to Pollo Gordos? Oh hell yeah, I love pollos. Daryl then looked perplexed. Just a Carlos though? Aren't you coming? He's the only one on break. I'm here until he gets back. Oh, okay then. The lion looked a tad uncertain. April's really putting him on the spot. Dude, don't be awkward. Carlos needs new friends since he's new in town, and last time I checked, you could use some new friends too. The lion went on quite a facial journey in response to that statement. He first looked indignant, ready to try to fire back with a quip, but then he looked a tad dejected. I guess he realized April had some sort of point. He directed his gaze towards me and gave me a half-hearted smile. Okay, sure. We could get some pollo. He shuts off the amp and unplugs the guitar and passes it to April. She takes it in her paws. See you guys in a bit. Derpy looking. She departs to put the guitar back in its proper place. Let's get going. It's just across the street. We can walk there. Sounds good. Ooh. This actually looks really good. And now I'm actually really hungry. We crossed the street and successfully trekked to Pollo Gordos without incident. We made it there without conversation either. I really couldn't think of anything to say to the lion. Now we're here, though. I can at least get the ball rolling by asking about the place. So, what's good here? Well, they have all this Southwest type food you'd expect. I'd say go for a burrito or burrito bowl. They prepare the chicken in a variety of ways, so you can pick out what you like. Blah. The worker behind the counter took our orders when it was our turn in line. Daryl was ahead of me, and I carefully observed the way he ordered and followed suit. You start with a plain dish of rice, beans, and protein. Then you work your way down the counter, progressively adding toppings at each of the stations. Really nice concept. We never had anything like this in my hometown. We both completed our orders, paid for our food, and found a booth by one of the windows. I let Daryl lead the way as he was my chaperone in this new Pollo Gordos journey. Oh my god. The booth he chose was a considerable distance away from other patrons. A very fine choice in my opinion. We parked ourselves at the table on opposite sides. I unwrapped my burrito and he removed the lid from his burrito bowl. He also ordered a side of tortilla chips. He's using them as a vehicle to carry small bites of his burrito ingredients to his maw. We both took a few bites and sat in silence. The silence is starting to get awkward, and this seems to be happening a lot between the two of us. I get anxious in moments like these. My mind freezes up and I remain silent. So, where did you and April's girlfriend live before coming here? He asked me between bites. He reached in his chip bag for the next one. A little town called Fairview. Oh! Where's that? It's a couple hours north. It's a bit of a hick town. Ah, okay. I'm not really familiar. I don't go up north too often. Were you up in the mountains? Oh, yeah. The house I grew up in was built on the side of a hill. Made things really boring. Couldn't go anywhere without a car. Yeah, I bet. I guess he's a city boy and can't relate to my struggles. Maybe I should get confirmation on that assumption. So, how about you? Have you been in Douglas your whole life? Born and raised. My brother and I grew up here. It was a real cute and quiet town when we were kids, but 20-something years of urban development later, this place is pretty lively. Really? I haven't really much of a chance to explore yet. Oh yeah! The downtown area has been hopping for the past few years. Lots of small local businesses. Lots of art and music. Plenty to do. That's nice. It's definitely be a change of pace for me. I'd love to see it. For sure. We could totally take you and April's girlfriend downtown one night. We can hit up some bars or something. Daryl's hair is also big. This is a lion boy. We have a huge mane. He's so cute. Can we date him? Is he an option? He's not a part of the workspace. Can I date this lion? He's so cute. Wow. Never done anything like that before. But it does sound exciting. Moira would definitely agree. Yeah, that could be fun. He beamed a smile. Oh no, he's too cute. Guys, he's too cute. Can someone spoil it for me? Can we date this guy? Is he a dating route? Please say yes. I have a weakness for chonky men. Like, someone tell me, like, comment below on this YouTube channel or on the chat. Tell me now, please. I need to know. The conversation has been going well so far. My stress levels have died down now that I'm more comfortable. It's becoming easier to conjure new topics of discussion. So, you mentioned your brother. Do you have any other siblings? Nah, just Vin. Unless you want to count my soon-to-be sister-in-law, Haley. The wildest smile I've seen from him yet envelops his face. But there's also my baby niece, Rhea. She's 6 months old. Aw, that's a pretty name. Isn't it? I get to see her every day since we're all living under one roof. My parents asked them to move into our place so they could help raise her. You won't be disappointed? Yes! Vin and Haley still work, so it just made sense. Is this economy? In this economy? Not surprising. Yeah, there's something really special about that little girl. Here, let me show you. He reaches into his pocket to pull out his phone. He presents his phone lock screen to me. There she is. Isn't she precious? He continues to impress me with just how much wider his smile gets. His eyes were absolutely beaming with pride. The image showed a jubilated Daryl with a baby Rhea on his lap. She's a precious little lion cub with the sweetest smile. I genuinely can't decide what's cuter, Rhea or her uncle Daryl's obsession with her. You two are so adorable. Thanks. I'll tell you what, this little girl's been my whole world since the day she was born. Dang, he's really obsessed. Come to think of it, I didn't even ask him about nieces and nephews. He just brought her up in conversation right away once she became tangentially relevant to the topic of discussion. That said, if I had a precious being like Rhea in my life, I'd probably be obsessed too. I'd be the best gay uncle, if given the chance. Too bad I don't have any siblings. He sets his phone face down on the tabletop. But anyways, that's enough about me. Didn't mean to dominate the conversation. Sorry. How's your first day going? Pretty well, actually. I like Chester a lot as a boss. The work's been tough today, but not unreasonable. That's cool to hear. Yeah, you actually helped me out earlier, by the way. How? Well, a customer came in to buy a guitar. After he taught me what pedals are and how they work, I was able to upsell him one. No way! That's awesome! Glad I was helpful. Yeah, you definitely were. Thanks for that. Yeah, no problem, I guess. At this point, I realized Daryl had blazed through his meal. He spoke a lot during our conversation. How the hell did he eat all that and still manage to talk as much as he did? How do you like your burrito, by the way? Good, isn't it? The quality of the food isn't anything to write home about. I really enjoyed what I was eating, though. This is nice. The ingredients taste pretty fresh and there's a lot of flavor. I think this is gonna be a nice lunchtime staple for me. Oh, for sure. I'm actually super jealous of you right now. He takes his last few bites. Man, that absolutely hit the spot. Tip for next time, though. Think about getting a burrito bowl instead of a burrito in a tortilla. Chips are free and you can dip them in the bowl. It's like extra value. I love this man. It's only been day 1, but I want to date this man already. Value, you say? Now you're speaking my language, Lion Man. I sure do like value. I'll keep that in mind. Daryl disposes of his empty cardboard bowl and plastic lid into the chip bag he picks up and Daryl disposes of his empty cardboard bowl and plastic lid into the chip bag. He picks up his phone and takes a quick glance at his screen. Well, I think it's time for me to get going. My shift's starting soon and I don't want to be late again. Sorry I gotta leave you hanging. Damn. I was hoping to spend a little more time with this guy. Listening to him ramble about his niece was adorable. Not to mention, this Lion is quite easy on the eyes. Oh, hell yeah, he is. Oh my god. Not sure if I ever go for a guy like... I'm not sure if he ever go for a guy like me, though. Or if he even goes for guys in general. My gaydar isn't really picking up any signals. Are you kidding? That tank top? That hair? Maybe? This is a gay dating sim. Karos. It's okay. I'll wrap up and head back to the shop. It's probably almost time for me to get back to work anyway. True. Well, I'll see you around, I guess. I come in the shop often, so you'll see me again at some point. For sure. Take care. Daryl scooched himself out of the booth and stood up with his trash. Get his number. Get his phone number. You too. He discards his waste and walks out the front door. Out of the window, I see him cross the street and get back in his car at a brisk pace. Hopefully I didn't make him too late. He's nice, handsome too. And it's so sweet how he fawns over his baby niece. But here I am, left alone again. I set down my unfinished quarter of my burrito. My appetite's disappeared. I shouldn't eat any more anyway. Maybe if I weren't so fat, I wouldn't feel like this. Or maybe if I wasn't such a creep, I wouldn't be so lonely. I've been spending all day gawking at men like they're pieces of meat. What's wrong with me? No. Snap out of it. I still have a whole workday ahead of me. There's no time to wallow in self-pity right now. I need to head back. I walk back to the shop with little incident, aside from the nasty thoughts at bay. If I can just keep myself focused on work, it becomes much easier to just shove those negative feelings aside. I don't know if this is the healthiest way of dealing with them, but it works. I enter through the front door and find April bored at the counter. All right, we are going to take our last 15-minute break for this visual novel. And when we return, we will continue on. We're going to go to the main menu so we have some music happening in here. So we saved. So we'll be right back. Everyone, stand up, stretch, get some water, use the bathroom. We'll be right back in 15 minutes, all right? BRB. We are back. Sorry, guys. I had to answer a few text messages on people asking how much to charge someone for video editing. 1 second. A lot of these say an hourly rate. Like, I mean, Alright, we are back. Also, have a good night, Akira. I know it's late for you whenever you watch me, so get some rest. And we shall continue. I enter through the front door and find April bored at the counter. Hey, I'm back. Cool, go find Pat. He's next for a break. I give her a quick nod and embark on my new task. I mosey to the dining room and find Pat still behind the registry. Hey guys. Hey dude, where'd you go for lunch? Pollos Gordos. It was good. Never had anything like that before. Really? It's a common restaurant chain. How haven't you have it? I mean, my hometown is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Jeez, didn't know it was that bad. Pat turns to address Dave. I'm getting ramen. I'll be back in a bit. Alright, drive safely. Drive safe. Yes, Maura, I'm back. Pat waves and briskly walks into the kitchen. Dave turns his attention towards me. Is it busy out there? Out in the front of the house? No, not really. Oh, good. Want to try operating the register until Pat gets back? Sure, I'll give it a shot. I get behind the counter, assuming Pat's previous position. Dave comes up behind me, putting one paw on my shoulder, and brings his face close to the side of my head, leaving me with little personal space. His free paw is poking the touchscreen on the point of service. So, it's real simple. He starts poking at the screen to navigate through the user interface. Just select the item the customer wants from the index. Then, everything you selected are all put in the cart. Once all the items the customer wants are in the cart, hit the cash out button. Then you swipe their card or take their cash. He's softly speaking directly in my ear. His volume and proximity are giving me a peculiar sensation. It's a tingly sort of feeling. A good tingle. If you got any questions, you just ask me, okay? Yeah. Sure. Thanks. He gives my shoulder a tight squeeze. You're welcome, buddy. You're going to do great. Dave returns to his station. Customers approach soon after. One by one, I was able to log their orders and process their payments. This user interface is incredible. To take orders, several prompts are displayed that simply guide me through the process effortlessly. With each purchase, a receipt printer by Dave's workstation generates a ticket for him to review. Dave and the customer receive a unique order number on their respective receipts. Dave prepares their meals and calls out the order number. The corresponding customer will then retrieve their food. His workflow is something to behold. He expertly dances back and forth between the flat-top grill and the espresso machine, completing each customer's order with a fluid elegance. Looks like he can handle this all by himself. Doesn't really need Chester or Pat around for this low volume of customers. Speaking of, where is Chester? When business starts to slow down enough for us two to catch our breath, I pose the question. Hey, where's Chester? He headed out not too long after you went on break. He'll be back in a few hours. Is he running errands or something? I reckon he might be. On days when he both opens and closes, he likes to take long breaks in the middle of the day. He'll run a few errands, but he spends most of his time at the gym. Makes sense. Needs to maintain those muscles somehow. Yep. He's real serious about it. Always wanting to get bigger all the time. Meanwhile, I like my method of getting bigger. Oh, fuck. He gives me a devious grin and slaps his plump belly. Not gonna lie, I was slightly aroused by that. Luckily, a customer comes by to interrupt further progression of my naughty thoughts. Just like with the depressing thoughts, I can drown out the horny ones by fixating on work. At around 2:15 is when I notice a real tone shift with the patrons of our cafe. Before, the folks frequently in the restaurants were looking to get a quick morning or early afternoon meal in and out. However, now we're starting to get a lot of folks who are lingering and socializing, mostly young people, seemingly younger than me. At this point, we were mostly selling pastries and lattes. Perfect after-school snacks. Folks were now coming in large groups, ordering and sitting together. The cafe now became a bustling social venue. These kids are quite nice. They're polite and really seem to respect our space. Dave's familiar with a lot of them. Some even introduced themselves to me and were excited to see a new face working at their favorite hangout spot. At around 3, we hit a hard lull. Dave approaches me. Hey bud, I think it's time for you to get back out on the front and get some training with Pat, like we planned this morning. I'm thinking about starting to close up soon. You're closing now? Nah, but it's nice to get a head start. While you're out there, ask April if she can come back and help me. Gotcha, I'll go find him. The vibe out here definitely changed as well. The space has transformed into a social atmosphere, like it did in the cafe. Folks were lounging on the furniture found around the store, conversing with one another, many with instruments in their paws. Guitars, basses, drums, keyboards, all being played by masters and amateurs alike. The noise of all of it together was chaotic, but not overwhelming. Everyone seemed to be mindful of their volume. No particular player was too loud or obnoxious. The cacophony created by these musicians all blend together and create something of a white background noise. I'm not finding any of this bothersome. As a matter of fact, it's quite comforting. I approach April and Pat mid-conversation. I overhear their discourse. Pat, for the last time, I only like girls. I'm a lesbian. Pfft, I thought you were American. Oh my god, is it going to show me the TikTok? Attention readers, pink links opens up your browser. Click here if you want to go to the link. Oh, it's gonna be the Vine. He gives April a cheeky smile while she just glares unamused. Pat knows lesbian and American and not are. Pat knows lesbian and American are not mutually exclusive, right? Or is this some sort of inside joke? Whatever. Hey April, Dave needs us to swap stations. Need to spend some time out here with Pat. Holy fuck, thank you. April briskly storms off without explanation, leaving me with the collie. What's her deal? She doesn't appreciate my creative thought experiments is all. Creative thought experiments? What on God's green earth does that mean? Do I even ask? Oh, which reminds me, I got one for you too. I guess I have no choice in the matter. Would you rather go 1 year without sex or go 1 year without your favorite food? Jesus fucking Christ. We go straight into depressive mode. That struck a nerve. I'm not rightly sure how long it's been since I had last had sex. Over a year at least? Living with parents makes hooking up difficult. On top of that, Fairview didn't have the best prospects. Many frequenters of the hookup apps were closeted married men looking to cheat on their wives. Hard pass for me. Aside from that, with some pickings and frequent rejection, Many of the men I messaged were quick to dismiss me because of my weight, my penis size, or even my species. After all that rejection, I couldn't bring myself to keep using those apps anymore, so I stopped. It was probably for the best. Almost a creepy, fat, doofy-looking fox. Ah! Pat snaps his digit at me for a few inches from my eyes. You okay? You were zoning out on me. Also, hi, Mako. Oh, sorry. That question just kind of struck a nerve. Oh, gotcha. Sorry. Forget I said anything. He generally looks remorseful. Maybe he'll cool it with the inappropriate comments from now? Well, I guess we should focus on training stuff. So, a lot of folks come in during this time of day and want to try out some merchandise. He gestures to the many patrons in the store sampling the instruments for sale. Some instruments are labeled with a Try Me tag. That means the customer can just take it and try it without permission. The more expensive ones have a tag that says, Please ask for assistance. Pat goes over the general etiquette customers must follow while handling merchandise. He also gives me some guidelines about following up with customers as they sample the instrument. We spent some time making rounds about the shop, finding players who were trying out instruments and asking them questions. Based on their answers, Pat was able to gauge if the customer was looking to buy. Turns out, lots of folks just like to come in and sample the instruments with no intention of buying anytime soon. Just like Daryl did today. Pat mentions that Chester actively encourages this. Being hospitable to these customers help foster good rapport. Sure, they may not buy today, but they may buy tomorrow, or they'll tell their friends and family where to buy. Can't lose. Plus, even if they don't buy an instrument, they may grab a latte instead. I'm starting to piece together the functionality of this wild business model that Chester and Dave have concocted. And to give credit to those two, they stumbled onto something great here. I'm glad I get to be a small part of it. The next few hours flew by rather quickly. Just shy of 4 o'clock, Chester shows up. How are you two doing up here? Not causing any trouble, right? His tone suggested he was mostly joking. However, I think he might be a tad worried that trouble may be brewing. Nah, I was just getting Carlos caught up on our try before you buy policy. Fantastic, great work! He gives Pat a firm pat on the shoulder. The dog flashes his signature toothy grin in response. Well, I can take you from here. You're free to go if you want. Sweet! I'm gone then. See you guys tomorrow. The collie made a swift exit. So, how are you doing? Getting overwhelmed? Maybe a little. It's a lot for the first day. I understand. There's a lot of new people and a lot of new information. And very little time to process it all. Chester places a paw on my shoulder. In time, it'll all come together. Genuinely couldn't ask for a better first day from you. I could tell he's being sincere. It's relieving to have this reassurance. Are you sure you want to help me close down? April's about to leave. This is your last chance to back out. As tempting as it is to head home and relax for the rest of the day, I have every reason to stay here. First off, I want that overtime money. Second, I need to keep my brain occupied. I know if I head home now, the rest of the night is going to be spent in my room alone, endlessly wallowing in self-pity. True. Oh my god. I'd be sad too, honestly. I need to work until I drop. No, I'm fine. I want the overtime. Great. It is nice to have extra set of paws for closing. Do you normally close by yourself? Normally, no. But we've been short-staffed lately, so I've taken on the responsibility. Mind if I ask why that is? So far, I think the short staffing is the only piece to the puzzle that I can't figure out. Chester's a great boss. This is a great work environment. The pay isn't bad. What's the catch? Things have been rough these past few months. we've lost a couple of staff members. Replacing them has been tough. I've always had the policy of hiring musicians. However, I had to be a little more open-minded lately. More often than not, it's queer musicians who want to come work for me, and I'm thrilled to provide that opportunity. That said, they can often come with a lot of baggage, and that baggage can cause problems. Every incident serves as a lesson learned. Over the years, I've developed a keen eye for which qualities I prefer candidates to have, and which ones I need to avoid. Turns out, I became a little too strict in my criteria and couldn't find anybody. Now I have to start considering folks who are less than ideal. Less than ideal. Oh, I see. It's my turn to break eye contact. His expression turns remorseful the instant he realized the impact of what he just said. Oh, no, I didn't mean you. You've done great today. I promise that's not just empty flattery, either. I give him a half-hearted smile. I don't think he meant that as a personal slight, but it feels like a Freudian slip. What he said is out loud and what he believes are in conflict. It's just that I understand not everyone I hire is going to be perfect. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. In your case, your strength is your retail experience. It really shined through today. April told me about the distortion pedal you help upsell. She did mention she wanted to give me credit for it. Thanks, April. Upselling a piece of equipment you didn't even know existed yesterday shows so much potential. It makes me very happy I decided to give you a chance. Alright, Chester. Your attempt at damage control has been successful. Well done. I'm really sorry, bud. I hope you didn't think I meant... It's fine. Don't worry about it. I get what you mean. He breathed a sigh of relief. Alright. Well, enough of that about that. Let's finish some more training. For the next couple of hours, Chester fills the gaps left behind from April and Pat's training sessions. There were a lot of minueti that those two understandably had to gloss over. Before I knew it, it was time to start closing preparations. Vacuuming, disinfecting instruments, rearranging merchandise, cashing out the register drawers, and so on. 7 p.m. rolled around, and it was officially time to call it a night. There we go. Not much to it. Yeah, not bad at all. Cleaning up shop like this is all too familiar to me, but I'm left wondering, will I ever have to clean up in the cafe? That seems like a whole other beast to tackle. Say, will I ever have to learn to clean the kitchen at some point? Only if you want to learn to work back there. What do you mean if I want to learn? Well, I like to offer you all the chances to try a variety of things. That way you can find your niche, you know? Is that why Pat focuses more on the kitchen stuff? Exactly. The boy has taken a liking to baking. Says he wants to get more experience and maybe even try culinary school someday. Oh, wow. Good for him. Yeah, I hope he follows through, but we'll see. On the other paw, April is more interested in retail and the business side of things. So I let her take the reins with the front of the house event planning. Never in a million years would any of my past bosses take the initiative to let workers explore a variety of roles and stick to a niche they like. I was always just given a job to do and was tasked with performing that job without question or objection. There often wasn't any room to grow and learn. This is a great opportunity to get more experience. I'll never pass up a chance to bolster my resume. Say, could I get some more experience with the cafe tomorrow? Absolutely. Pat's leaving early tomorrow, so that works out nicely. He and I continue our last-minute closing task before calling it quits. Chester shuts off all the lights and locks up before we make our exit to the parking lot. The older luxury car was the only one remaining in the lot. Not a surprise, this one belongs to Chester. Climbing into the passenger seat, the cabin space reveals that the vehicle is quite dated, like I had suspected. It's still furnished with a CD and cassette player on the main console. Cars nowadays come equipped with digital displays or as interfaces, something completely absent from Chester's side. Regardless, the pristine condition of the car's interior and the desk design could fool me into believing this is a brand new vehicle, fresh from the lot. It doesn't quite have that new car smell, but the interior does have quite a lovely fragrance. I think it's lavender? I'm just taking you straight to April's apartment, right? Yeah, easy enough. I know the way. Chester starts up the car and pulls out of the lot. So, feeling good about everything so far? Yeah, I guess. I still feel like I have a lot of music terminology to catch up on. Hey, if that was your biggest problem, you're going to do just fine. There is a sort of stretch of silence before he poses a question to me. So, any chance you have plans on Labor Day weekend? If I recall correctly, Labor Day is about 3 weeks from now. No, I don't think so. Why? Do you need me to work? Huh? No, it's Labor Day. Why would I make you work on the holiday? The shop's not going to open on Labor Day? Absolutely not. It's literally a holiday meant to celebrate relaxing and recouping from work. Have your past bosses asked you to work on Labor Day? Uh-huh. I don't think I've had a Labor Day off since I was 16. Can one of them become shirtless already? Mora, shh. It's okay. It's a slice of life. It's a romance novel. We're not gonna get shirtless men that often. We got the main character to become shirtless early on, but you missed it. Chester lets out a devastated sigh. You can check with the VOD if you want on our YouTube page. It gives you a chance to look at the nude body that we proposed. Just saying. Oh, you poor thing. I forget how rough it is out there sometimes. Oh, that's nothing. I've had to work on Thanksgivings, New Year's, even Christmas. Good grief! That's just not right. Well, I promise you, I'll never ask you to work on any holidays. I could take it or leave it. After working on so many holidays, they've become meaningless to me. There's only so many times you can listen to All I Want for Christmas Is You over the intercom at a workplace before your fur turns green. Anyways, the reason I ask is because I'm planning a beach trip for our staff. You and April's girlfriend are invited to join. I appreciate the offer, but I don't think I can afford that right now. Oh, don't worry about affording anything. I'm covering lodging, food, and transportation. You won't have to spend a dime. Oh, so it's a free vacation. Well, that changes everything. The shop will be closed, so I'll have nothing else to do. Yeah, this is a no-brainer. Not to mention, I get to see Pat, Chester, and Dave all in swimwear. Sign me the fuck up. Well, in that case, I'm in. Sounds like fun. Great. I also have enough room at the beach house for everyone to bring a +1. Just something for you to keep in mind. Before I knew it, we're already pulling into the apartment complex. Here's where I leave you. Good sir. I'll see you tomorrow. No, for sure. I unbuckle my seatbelt and exit the car. Thanks for the ride. My pleasure. Have a good night. You too. Chester pulls away, and I enter inside the building. I walk in the front door to find Maura and April nestled on the couch under a blanket watching TV, knee-deep in a crime drama. Hey, there's the working man's back. Tell me about your day, sunshine. She pats an open seat next to her on the couch. I go sit. Well, it was something. My boss is super nice. My coworkers are. April shot me a glare. Interesting. You didn't give him any trouble today, did you? Not any more than he deserves. She let out a chuckle while Maura let out a melodramatic gasp. April! Maura gives her a gentle yet firm shove. You need to be looking out for him. This is his first time moving anywhere new. He needs all the support he can get. Mo, I'm not a baby. I know, but I just want to make sure you get your footing around here. I know you've been really nervous about fitting in and making new friends. She's not wrong. Also, my day was good, Moira. We're about to play D&D in a couple of hours. Well, basically in an hour or so. Moira can be overbearing sometimes, but at the end of the day, I know she's just looking out for me. Maybe I can help ease her anxiety by telling her about meeting Daryl. Fuck you, Moira. What the fuck? And her name is Mooria. Mooria? Did I say that right? Thank you for the follow, Lord of Demons. I hope you stay comfy and cozy in this owl cottage. How do you pronounce it? Mooria? Mooria. Mooria? Is that how you say it? It's not Moira? Oh, my bad. Well, as it turns out, I think I did make an acquaintance today. Oh, really? What's their name? His name is Daryl. He plays in April's band. Correction. He plays in one of my bands. Oh, you told me about Daryl. You've told me about Daryl. He sounds like a sweet friend. See? You were so worried about making new friends and you're already well on your way. I bet you'll find a boyfriend in no time, mister. She uses a teasing tone. She knows all too well about my romantic frustrations. That being said, it doesn't stop her from teasing me about it every once in a while, but in all honesty, I wouldn't have it any other way. I stand up from my seat. All right, that's enough for that. I'm gonna go shower and wind down. Okay, dear. Good night. Later. Finally. Upon entering my room, I shut the door behind me and immediately flopped my face down onto my warm, cozy mattress. Sweet, sweet bed. We are reunited at long last. I lie there for a while, allowing myself to decompress from one hell of a day I've just endured. Overall, it was a good day, though. Met a lot of cool new folks, tried new things, and learned a great deal. I think I'm going to like this job. Things are looking up for me, aren't they? I just need to get a grip on these negative feelings I've been experiencing, and I owe it to myself and Mooria? I still feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong. To be the best version of myself I can be. I need to start making more of an investment in improving my mental health. On that note, I think it's time for some long overdue self-care. And with that note, I'm going to let you guys know there's going to be a not safe for work screen on screen. It has been censored slightly, but it is nonetheless not safe for work. I make quick work of stripping off all my clothes. I'll be showering soon anyhow. It's a relief to finally get out of those oppressive garments and let my fur breathe after being restrained all day. The relief I feel in my loins alone is enough to start my arousal. My flaccid member has already reached half-mast. As I get into position, the anticipation of finally getting to relieve myself elevates my chub to full erection. So, this is the point of no return. If you like to stay, stay. If you like to continue, mute for a bit. You'll see it on screen what's going on if you don't want to hear it. So, with that being said, let us continue. Censor owl, ready and bearing. Haha, the cover dog is also here. Even though I did censor it, it's still visible, slightly. Hold the phone. Just need this to cover partial. There we go. So now y'all can see that in the chat. I don't think it's too bad. We're still following guidelines. I grasp my member in my right paw and begin working. Start gentle, soft strokes to kick things off. I'm surprised. It usually takes more an effort to coax it. And as we continue to read this not safe for work moment, we continue to understand that this game's art is very nice. And also, honestly, the story of it feels really good. The story is really nice too. I use my digit to swirl the slick fluid around it, let it act as a lubricant between it. It feels fantastic. The gliding action offered by the natural feel of it has intensified the waves of pleasure coursing through my body. It seems so desperate for a release that little action is needed for me to start building it up. I don't find myself fantasizing about anything in particular, let alone it feels tantalizing enough. Although, perhaps a little fantasizing will certainly lend itself to more spectacular release? Should I let my imagination run wild tonight? More text or no? Yes or no? So I can have more text, or no, less text. So we can see it over here as it is one of our choices. Now, I don't know about you guys, unless you want me to read more detailed stuff like this. Girl, we get this off the screen. Fine, God. I'll try to censor the text as much as I can, but I do want to play this game to its fullest. Can't see nothing. Yeah, I think I'm composing a fun little scenario in my head and this hits the ticket. What am I getting off the screen, Mora? Pick one. We'll keep the cover dog there. They're not limited to options regarding who I want to think about. I have had generous amounts of eye candy today. That said, it feels weird fantasizing about coworkers. I probably should focus on someone else. But who? Ooh, the RAM customer? That sounds perfect. He's nameless, and there's a good chance I'll never see him again. It's a perfect crime. I pick up the pace while letting my imagination run wild, allowing myself to construct a wild narrative to help get to where I'm craving. Oh my god. Hello, sir. Glad to see you returned. We have an item you're looking for in the back. Please follow me. Oh my god. And dressing with your paws instead. Oh my goodness. The back store equipment is so full. Oh my goodness. Good fucking lord, this feels amazing. I find myself nearing the edge. I adjust my speed to remain at the edge as long as possible. In my mind's eye, I'm imagining it. On top of the break room table at the Chronicles. Towering over me, making loud noises. That's it. I've definitely hit the point of no return. My heart is racing, and it's ready to burst. As I strike the climax, I do my best to keep my mouth shut and keep my moans muffled. If allowed, I would absolutely be hollering right now. The intensity of it is rocking the entire being, heart racing, and every inch is trembling. Each individual projectile spewing from it, and offers me an intense wave of pleasure. I'd never seen it, but yeah, it was such a sight. The gratification of seeing such an impressive show lends itself to making my feeling that much more satisfying. Once it's subsided, it eventually ceases. That was amazing. For the second time today, I'm finding myself lying in bed, experiencing sheer and unfiltered bliss. My heart is racing in my chest. Each beat is so loud and intense, I can feel it reverberating in my body. With each breath, I feel it slowly but surely calm down to a resting state. This afterglow is unlike any other. Normally, after it, I spring up right away to clean my fur. However, I couldn't care less. I am as carefree as I ever been. Just like my little period of bliss this morning, I feel no obligation to the world and will act accordingly. Sure, I have to shower in a bit, but for now I just want to sleep. Oh, fuck. I spring up as fast as my reclined position. I definitely fell asleep. I checked my phone. 8:52 p.m. Oh, thank God, it was only for a few minutes. I found a towel in the hamper to wipe off the spunk off my torso. I'm not able to get everything out of my fur, though. If I didn't need a shower before, I certainly need it now. I wrap up the towel around my waist and tiptoe across the hall to my bathroom. I drape my towel over the towel bar and set my phone on the counter. I run the shower for a moment to allow the water to warm up. Oh, I should turn on some tunes on the spotter pie before I get in. What should I listen to? Honestly, like, with me, it's always gonna be acoustic guitar, maybe dance, but I kind of like acoustic guitar in the bathroom. You do dance. No, I want the acoustic guitar. That sounds nice. Something calm and soothing seems like the right choice before bed. I step inside the shower and let the cozy embrace of warm falling water ensnare me. Pause. I just want to see if it plays other music too. Oh, it does play other music. Oh, that's cute. All right. I've been skipping back and forth between these. I do like acoustic guitar, and I do sing a lot while in the shower. You know, we'll do the pop instead. Let the shower time karaoke commence. I think I'll use my shampoo bottle as my pretend microphone this time. I step inside the shower and let the cozy embrace of warm falling water ensnare me. There's nothing more comforting to me than the sensation of being surrounded by warm water. I don't care how it's done. It could be a hot bath, a hot spring, or a warm shower like this. Once the warm water saturates my fur and I can feel it on my flesh, I find myself in heaven. For the first moments, I lazily stand under the water stream and allow my fur to completely soak from head to tail. I scrub down with a generic shampoo, making sure to pay extra attention to my soaked belly and chest. After a rinse, I reach for my specially formulated conditioner. This particular brand specializes in fox fur, and it has been a game changer for me. My coat has never been so shiny and brilliant. Plus, the conditioner makes my fur feel fantastic. Any boy lucky enough to run his paws through this coat is in for a treat. My fur gains such a soft and velvety texture after a wash. This stuff isn't cheap, but it's absolutely worth it. I consider purchases like these as investments in myself, and it always pays off. I indulge in the comfort of the falling water for a few moments before turning the faucet off. I let my fur drip for a moment before stepping onto the bath mat. I reach for my towel and begin... Wait, that smell. Oh god damn it, I'm such an idiot. Why in the hell did I take the gummy towel with me to dry off? Son of a... It's fine. I'll just blow dry it all the way. Not my favorite thing to do. I usually like to pat dry first so I'm not sopping wet by the time I turn on the blow dryer. I switch off my tunes and reach over to the sink and grab the cordless blow dryer and get to work on desaturating my fur. With any initial pat dry, it takes substantially longer. I replace the blow dryer back on its charging dock. I give my fur a thorough brush the teeth, and floss. It was now that I realize my soaked towel has presented to me yet another challenge. The last thing I want to do is wrap this towel around my waist as I make the trek back into my room. I just come out of this fur. I don't want to get back on it. I am running the risk of having one of the girls see me nude, though. If Moria, is it still? I feel like I'm pronouncing it wrong. Catches me, she just laugh it off. If April catches me, I might wake up dead tomorrow. If I can just scope out the hallway before I cross, I should be okay. I cracked open the door to gander outside the hall. I glance both ways and realize I don't have line of sight with either girl. Perfect. I retreat back in the bathroom, grab the towel off the rack, take a moment to find my best way to carry the towel while minimizing contact between my fur and the gum. Finding a good orientation was a little challenging, but I eventually figured it out. Okay, it's time to make my dash. No time to lose. I shut off the bathroom light and open the door. I dash into the hallway, round about the door, and shut it behind me. I turn and... Oh, fuck, it's her. Oh, no. I fucked up real bad here. I need a calculator risk, but god, am I bad at math? Dude! Shit. Sorry, I'm so sorry, April. I checked the hall and didn't see you. All I wanted to do was make a mad dash for my bedroom, but she's blocking the way. The hall is narrow, and she's standing right in the middle. I had to squeeze past her, and that feels completely wrong. Being a man, a nude man, approaching a woman who clearly isn't pleased the sight of me would be the error of the century. My heart's beating a million times a minute. My legs are completely frozen in place. There's nowhere else to go. I'm trapped. You idiot! Why the hell don't you have your towel wrapped around you? Oh God, I have to come up with some kind of lie fast. I spilled some chemical in there. I cleaned it up with the towel and I didn't want to wrap the towel around me. Please buy it. Please buy it. Please buy it. Is that what that smell is? Oh, moron. Just bring some underwear with you next time, please. April steps to the side, granting me passage down the hall. Without a word, I swiftly stride past her and enter my room. Girl, why are you naked? Because we don't want to wrap our dirty towel around us. I shut the door behind me and immediately flopped face first down into the bed. I screamed into my pillow as soon as my body hit the mattress. I can't believe that happened. If I had just waited an extra 10 seconds or double-checked the hall, I could have avoided that whole confrontation. Looking back on it, I could have just retreated into the bathroom. Why didn't I think of that in the moment? I completely panicked and convinced myself I was trapped. Stupid, stupid, stupid fox. Jeez, to think I was so optimistic before. I should have known it was a matter of time before I screwed something up. I get up and out of the bed one last time to flip off the light switch. I crawl under the covers and rest my head on my pillow. I set my alarm and quickly check my phone. There's a message from Mom. Hi, honey. Please call me or Dad sometime soon to let us know how the move went. Love you. Should send her a reply. If I don't do it now, I'll forget. Hey, Mom. I'll call you later this week. Going to be really busy. Love you too. Good night. I rest my phone face down the nightstand. I then readjust onto my side to get into an optimal, comfy position. A lot has happened today. A lot I haven't felt this exhausted. I haven't felt this exhausted in a while. Let's see what tomorrow's gonna bring. All right. No, fuck that. Snooze. All right. We are going to save here for the hour of the die. So, with that being said, for the YouTube side, thank you all for watching. If you stay comfy cozy in this owl cottage, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon to get notified on the next stream. And comment down below what you thought about the game so far. Honestly, I really do like it. I'm going to have to edit the not safe for word bits a little bit better. Hopefully it doesn't get me too much in trouble, but I will put a time slot in the YouTube comments and pin it on where to skip it at least. So yeah. And for the Twitch side, we will be right back in, I would say, 30 minutes. All right. So everyone, stand up, stretch, get the water, get the food. We'll be right back in 30 minutes. And on the YouTube side, we'll see you guys again next time. All right. Bye-bye.